Welcome back. So in this video I finish off the pizza oven. The first thing I did was spray painted the front face. Hunted around a little bit to find appropriate paint, particularly given the temperatures it gets to. So I found this stuff here. It's called Stove Bright. It worked awesome, and I think it's rated at around 1200 degrees, and I chose this charcoal colour, which I think looks really good. It's not as harsh as the just having it black. So once I've done that, I have this stone. This is solid stone that's been cut, and there's straights and corners, and I just dry cut these, which no doubt there's easier ways to do this. It's the first time I've ever messed with stone. It was a big job for me, and no doubt the pros out there would have done it in a fraction of the time, but you know, I just took my time and put the mortar on properly and everything, and it's turned out as good as I could have hoped. So I just progressively worked my way around. You can see there I put corners just wrapping around the front. There's a bit of board behind them just to create a bit of an air gap, because the stone does tend to conduct heat pretty well, so I just want to try to hold the heat back from the front. Just applying these one at a time. Now obviously it's not a coincidence that these fit. These were actually all cut just using a hand grinder and just taking my time, as I said. So here we are, finished the sides and the rear. Turned out great. And then after that, what I did was started to make the roof. So the roof, I just used some slate and just some slate tiles like this. I cut these to size as well, and what I did in the end was I just Silastic or used silicone to hold them down. It was high temperature silicone, worked a treat. And one of the last things I did after that was the stone on the chimney. The mortar I used as well was high temperature. So once I've done all the stone, at this point I sealed it just to sort of bring out the colour a little bit, and that stone shield come up really good. So a couple of coats of that, and it was pretty much done. And the last thing was I just put a shelf on there. I cut a bit to size, and it's this wood here. I think it matches really well. It's called Acacia, and also put a bottle opener, James Squire, one of my favourite beers. So there you go. Now it is portable. It is super heavy. I wasn't actually sure what would happen with the Mozuki, but that thing is pretty gutsy, and it's got plenty of gears, so it seemed to tow it no problem. So I just take it out here, move around the yard wherever, you know, we're going to have guests over, so I can have it in a number of places. And just to finish up, I'll just do a bit of a walk around, and you can have a close look at how it's come out. But as I say, from my perspective, this is what I wanted. But I suppose I think it's turned out, you know, as good, if not better, than what I could have hoped for. So really happy. It cooks pizzas awesomely. I got wood storage under there. It does everything I need it to do. So as I say, really happy with how it turned out. So anyway, that's the end of this project. I'll be starting a new project very soon, getting back into, you know, engines and more of those things that like the mower. But this pizza oven was just something I wanted to do as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the build of this wood oven. It has worked out really well. Please subscribe, share the video, and stay tuned.